Do Not Go Gentle Into That Good Night by Dylan Thomas, 1914 to 1953. Do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay, rage, rage against the dying of the light. Wild men who caught and sang the sun in flight and learned too late they grieve it on its way, do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death, who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay, rage, rage against the dying of the light. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse, bless me now with your fierce tears, I pray. Do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Okay, this poem was written by Dylan Thomas. Dylan Thomas is a Welsh poet. This is probably his most famous poem. He's also very famous for the play Under Milk Wood. And let's see, I think this is a poem about his father. It's to his father who is going blind and is dying. And I think the themes here are death, and the light, and raging against death, fighting against death. Yeah, and I think he's fighting. He's saying, fight against death. Don't go easily. Don't accept death. He's saying that we should fight against death. That we shouldn't accept it. And he's gives the position of various different people with respect to death. So, do not go gentle into that good night. Old age should burn and rave at close of day. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. So, this is saying, want to live, fight to stay alive. Don't give up. You should burn and rave. You should fight with all your will, all your strength at the end of life. Yeah, don't let death take you easily. Yeah, and I think here he's challenging the typical idea that you should accept death gently as something inevitable. He's saying, no, fight against it. Yeah, death is the enemy. Fight as hard as you can. And then he goes on, though wise men at their end know dark is right, because their words had forked no lightning, they do not go gentle into that good night. So he's saying that there are wise men, intelligent men. They rage against death. They fight against death because they have not accomplished everything that they wanted to. They forked no lightning. They haven't made an important lasting effect on the world. They're saying that they haven't accomplished their ideals in life. They haven't left their mark on the world, and that's why they don't want to go. They don't want to die. They don't want to go passively into the night of death. Because notice, that good night represents death. Yeah, and to go gentle, just to give in and accept it. Good men, the last wave by, crying how bright their frail deeds might have danced in a green bay, rage, rage against the dying of the light. So here there are good men who have contributed things to the world, but now that they realize they're dying, they realize how much more they could have done. Yeah, and their frail deeds, their small deeds, might have danced in a green bay, but clearly they know that they could have done much, much, much more. And now it's too late, and they've realized they're dying, and they are raging against death. Yeah, because now in the fact that they know they're going to die has given them a pure vision of the things that have passed. Wild men who caught and sang the sun and learned too late, they grieve it on its way. Do not go gentle into that good night. So wild men who have done the most incredible deeds, yeah, they sang the sun while the sun was moving, and then they learned too late that they could have done more. Yeah, that they need to rage, to fight against death, because there were so many other interesting things they could have done, but they learned too late, and they do not go gentle into that good night. Grave men near death who see with blinding sight, blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay, rage, rage against the dying of the light. Now notice in this as well, Dylan Thomas's father, he's also going blind. He's going blind and he's clearly dying. And he's saying that men near death who can see with perfect sight, yeah, now that they are or with blinding sight, now that one is dying, you see the world in a very different way. Yeah, and these blind eyes could blaze like meteors and be gay. I think these meteors, these are something good for the future. Yeah, these are looking to the future and hoping that the future is going to be good. And they are raging against the dying of the light. Maybe because this reminds them that you need to live life to the fullest extent that you can, to do everything you can. And you, my father, there on the sad height, curse me now with your fierce tears, I pray. So, now, my father, you are there near death. Curse me, bless me, do anything with your fierce tears, but react against death. Yeah? That death is something natural, but you need to fight against it. Yeah, to fight against death, and do not go gentle. Rage, fight against the dying of the light, the dying of your world. So, there you go. Enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Do not go gentle into that good night by Dylan Thomas.